My mother-in-law secretly changed my baby's name on the birth certificate while I was sedated after my section. I never imagined my first week of motherhood would involve lawyers. After 26 hours of labor that ended in an emergency section, I was heavily sedated and recovering when my husband's mother did the unthinkable. My husband and I had agreed months before our daughter's birth to name her Olivia Rose, after my grandmother who raised me after my parents died. My grandmother had passed away just 2 months before my due date, never getting to meet the great-granddaughter who would carry her name. This meant everything to me. While I was unconscious in recovery, my mother-in-law convinced my exhausted husband that I had changed my mind during labor about our daughter's name. She claimed I wanted to name the baby Margaret Jean Partey, her own first and middle names. My husband, sleep-deprived and overwhelmed, believed her. She then offered to help by taking the paper to be filed while he stayed with me. By the time I was lucid enough to hold my daughter, the birth certificate had already been submitted with the name Margaret Jean. When I asked to see my little Olivia, my husband looked confused. "You mean Maggie?" he said. The room spun as he explained what had happened. When I insisted I had never changed my mind, my mother-in-law stepped forward and said, "Honey, you were in so much pain. You probably don't remember our conversation. You specifically said you wanted to honor me since I'll be the one helping with childcare." I had never said any such thing. In fact, we had already arranged for my sister to help with childcare. When I became upset, my mother-in-law told the nurses I was having postpartum issues and suggested they give me something to calm down. My husband, caught between us, looked helpless. That night while alone with my baby, I called my sister, who immediately contacted a lawyer friend. We learned that my mother-in-law had not only forged my signature on the birth certificate application, but had listed herself as the informant parent, a federal offense. When confronted with this information, my mother-in-law broke down, admitting she had always hated my grandmother for turning me against her. I had met my male exactly 3 times before marrying her son, and couldn't bear the thought of my family bloodline continuing through the name. My husband was devastated. He had genuinely believed I had changed my mind during what he called the scary part of labor. When he realized what his mother had done, something changed in him. He went from conflict avoidant to fierce protector overnight. We were able to amend the birth certificate back to Olivia Rose. My mother-in-law was not charged with fraud only because we didn't press charges. Parent, my husband's only request in the whole ordeal. She is no longer welcome in our home. My husband has gone to therapy to process his childhood with a mother capable of such manipulation, and every night when I rock my daughter to sleep, I whisper my grandmother's favorite saying, "Your name is your first gift, wear it proudly." 3 months after this happened, we received a certified letter from my mother-in-law's attorney. She was suing for grandparent visitation rights, claiming I was unstable in keeping her grandchild from her. The judge took one look at the birth certificate incident documentation and dismissed her case. Sometimes the family you choose is more important than the family you are born into, and sometimes protecting your child means drawing boundaries that others call cruel. My daughter will know her name's true story someday, and she'll know that from her very first breath, we fought for her right to carry the legacy of love, not manipulation.